seconds to bring you some breaking news. Sky News has obtained a CCTV image of a man who's believed to have been arrested on suspicion of murdering 3 people in Nottingham. Well, the image is believed to show the suspect as he looked for a way into a residential home which houses vulnerable and homeless people in the city. Witnesses say that the man arrived at the property just after 4 a.m. yesterday morning. Well, let's get more now on this new development from our correspondent Tom Parmenter, who's in Nottingham for us. And Tom, what can you tell us about what those who experienced this have had to say?
Well, this is, as you say, the first image of the suspect in this investigation, the man the police believe was responsible for the series of attacks. They are not looking for anyone else at this stage. And the image shows, as you can see, a man standing outside this property, a residential home in the north of the city. And this was recorded shortly after 4 a.m. yesterday morning. Still quite light, very light summer evenings at the moment. So even though it was 4 a.m., the picture is relatively light. And you can see the man standing outside the building. And as we say, this is a home that houses vulnerable and homeless people in the city of Nottingham. And he tried to climb into a window of that property. And one of the residents inside has told Sky News that he realised someone was trying to get into that bedroom, and he punched the man, forcing him back away from the window, falling down to the ground. And the Seely Hirst House residential home have told us that they are working and cooperating with the detectives who are trying to piece together the series of attacks in Nottingham, and that they cannot yet give any explanation as to why the suspected attacker in Nottingham was at their property in the early hours of yesterday morning. They simply don't think that he's ever stayed there before, and they don't know of any clear connection between him and any of the residents inside that residential home. But of course they are clearly shaken now, knowing what else happened in the early hours of Tuesday morning here on Ilkeston Road, where the 2 students were stabbed, having been returning from a night out in the city towards the end of their summer term. And of course, that other attack at Magdala Road, where we know the 3rd victim, Ian Coates, died, a school caretaker. And that Magdala Road location is quite close to this residential care home. And the suspect was seen with a black backpack, then going from that residential care home towards Magdala Road, where the 3rd victim, Ian Coates, was found, and where, of course, we also know that white van was stolen and taken into the city centre, driven recklessly through the middle of the city, past the Royal Theatre in the middle of Nottingham, hitting 3 pedestrians, critically injuring one of them. We understand that pedestrian is still in hospital receiving intensive care for his injuries. But this new image of the suspected knife man in Nottingham, we're only able to show you that for the first time now. And as I say, the police are liaising with that residential care home where that image was recorded in the early hours of Tuesday, as they try to piece together the precise timeline of what happened in what is a murder inquiry. Of course, they are still sharing information with their counter-terrorism colleagues, as they explained yesterday. But there's still very much a murder investigation being led by the Nottinghamshire Police Force, who are aware of the CCTV that we are sharing with you this lunchtime. And it is the first image of the man suspected of being responsible for the attacks that left 3 people dead and a city just stunned, and particularly the student population in this city at the loss of 2 bright, talented and highly respected 19-year-old colleagues. Families, of course, devastated by that, but this first image of the suspected attacker taken from that residential care home, and a key part now of the police investigation.